This video was supposed to be phase one of me reorganizing my doll room, but has been the worst video I've ever struggled to record. Get ready for the disorganization of it all. I wanted to show before and after videos, but I either didn't hit record or deleted them while cleaning up my cloud storage. The irony of struggling to show organization while having a disorganized video is not lost on me. In order to show some of the disorganization, I had to pull this clip from my quick setup video, card above. So imagine that storage space, but slightly worse. I purchased these stacked bins. I figured if I ever had to move, I could easily separate this into individual bins. I found it at a decent price and put it in the cart, but when I got paid, it was unavailable. This is why I have FOMO. I bought one for $5 more because when I have the mindset to clean up, I have to do it then, or it becomes a delayed project. YouTube has ruined my ability to organize my doll collection. I can't just blame YouTube though. I decided I wanted to play with these dolls. I'm gathering such a large collection of cast members for my videos that I'm running out of room. I need to figure out how to make craft materials and the dolls accessible without this explosion. That's what this doll reduction series is about, because when things don't have a space, they end up all over the place. Meanwhile, I'll be talking about a doll collector's myth. Did you know some people believe that they're going to pass down their collection to their children as part of their inheritance? Well, I'm sure your kids will get their junk. Too harsh? Let's face it, one man's treasure is another man's trash. Is your intention to make your child an eBay seller in the future? Forcing them to gather their inheritance slowly by working for it? If so, collecting stuff with this thought is an idea, albeit not a good one. Statistically, most dolls in good condition, at minimum, retain their value. Only a few will increase drastically in price. This is really based on what anyone at any point in time is willing to pay. Let me talk generationally. My mother was a collector of kikigami and other Japanese-style dolls, blue willow china, and other wall hangings. It made her feel closer to her father's culture. When she passed, I donated majority of it. I didn't even bother trying to sell them. These figurines I'm removing from the shelf are about 50% of my daughter's collectibles shelved here. When she married and moved to Europe, she couldn't take them with her. To make room for my collection, I asked if she wanted me to sell them. She said she'll collect them when she visits next time. So, off to a storage closet for now. The other 50% are dolls I collected for her growing up. She seemed interested in them at the time, but as she grew up, her interest in those things waned. People change with new life experiences. This may greatly interest you in one moment and then seem like a moment in time later. Life happens. Disasters happen. I used to have a huge DVD collection, for example, until someone broke into our house and stole them all. All of this to say, enjoy your collection for you. This reorg for now has calmed down the chaos, but this is only phase one. Another thing I decided to do was the traditional back-to-back shelving for some of my Kens. So out comes the hated Barbie stands, but the clueless doll stand gave me an idea. I decided to convert my hated plastic doll stands to work like the ones I do like. The stem should be cut down to a little under 5.5 inches. Preferably use the waist for curvy or male dolls as the crotch holder, as these will work for all body shapes. the part in back should be higher, so you don't need to cut that. And cut almost in half the part that will face front. The smaller ones will work for regular Barbies and petites. While I demonstrate, let me talk about video logging or storing photos of your collection to the cloud. This is something I feel like everybody should do. In my previous house, we decided one day to get the floors done. The owner of the flooring company thought it would be a good idea to allow his son to work for him because it was incredibly difficult for his son to get a good job. Why, you ask? Because his son was a convicted felon who was convicted of robbery and theft. This man thought it would be a good idea to send his felonious son into people's homes. If you're ever robbed, it's usually someone you know or come in contact with. Our insurance was only willing to reimburse us for things that we can prove. If we had receipts or photographic evidence, which is why I'm telling you now to take pictures of your collectible, jewelry, or anything that's important to you. While you're at it, just take pictures of all the bedrooms in your house, because let's say it's not a situation of theft like ours. If you're in a natural disaster like a flood or fire, your insurance is going to request proof. So take pictures and make sure those pictures are stored in the cloud, because if you don't have any way or to get the paperwork left because of some tragedy, they're going to give you the hardest time reimbursing you. So for now, phase 1 of reorganizing and doll reduction is complete. Things are looking better already. 3 or 4 more phases to go.
If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Thanks for playing dolls with me.